Today, we're diving into a critical topic that affects millions worldwide: brain health and the foods that can either harm or protect it. All right, I'm here to reveal 6 surprising foods that can set you up for cognitive decline and dementia, from sneaky culprits in your pantry to choices you might not suspect, like certain seafood. These foods drive inflammation, oxidative stress, and damage to your brain's delicate blood vessels, paving the way for serious conditions like Alzheimer's and vascular dementia. All right, but don't worry, stick with me until the end, because I'll also share 3 powerful brain-boosting foods that can help shield your mind, enhance memory, and lower your risk of dementia. Let's uncover these untold secrets and take control of your brain health together. Dementia is a complex and devastating condition that impacts millions of people globally, characterized by a progressive decline in cognitive functions essential for daily living. It affects abilities such as memory, communication, problem-solving, and judgment, often leading to profound challenges in recalling cherished memories or performing routine tasks, which can be a heartbreaking reality for those affected and their loved ones. All right? This condition isn't a single disease, but a broad term encompassing various disorders, with Alzheimer's disease being the most common form. The decline in cognitive function typically stems from damage to brain cells, which disrupts their ability to communicate effectively, impairing thought processes, emotional regulation, and behavior. Factors like inflammation, oxidative stress, and reduced blood flow to the brain, often exacerbated by certain dietary choices, can accelerate this damage, contributing to the onset or worsening of symptoms. All right? For instance, diets high in sugars, trans fats, or toxins like mercury can trigger systemic inflammation or vascular issues, such as microclots in the brain's extensive network of blood vessels, increasing the risk of vascular dementia. As cognitive decline progresses, individuals may struggle with executive functions, emotional stability, and even physical health, as the brain plays a central role in overall well-being. Understanding dementia's impact underscores the importance of proactive steps like avoiding harmful foods and embracing nutrient-rich diets to protect brain health and potentially delay or prevent the onset of this debilitating condition. Okay. Excessive consumption of carbohydrates, particularly refined ones like cakes, pizza, white bread, and sugary syrups, can significantly harm brain health by contributing to metabolic syndrome, a cluster of conditions that heighten the risk of type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease. When you consume too many carbs over time, your body stores excess energy as visceral fat, which wraps around organs like a glove, triggering inflammation throughout the body, including the brain. All right? This inflammation disrupts communication between brain cells, leading to cognitive impairment and memory loss, which are precursors to dementia. According to research from the National Library of Medicine, high sugar and carbohydrate intake is linked to an increased risk of dementia, with conditions like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's often rooted in this inflammatory response. Metabolic syndrome itself is defined by 5 key factors: central obesity, high blood pressure, elevated fasting glucose, high triglycerides, and low HDL cholesterol. These conditions damage blood vessels, particularly in the brain, where 400 miles of microvessels are susceptible to microclots. Such blockages reduce blood flow, depriving brain tissue of oxygen and nutrients, setting the stage for vascular dementia. High blood pressure, a hallmark of metabolic syndrome, can also cause vessels to rupture or narrow, increasing stroke risk, which further damages brain tissue and accelerates cognitive decline. By reducing carb intake and managing metabolic syndrome, you can protect your brain from these cascading effects, preserving cognitive function and lowering dementia risk over time. Trans fats, artificial fats created through hydrogenation, are found in processed foods like fried items, baked goods, packaged snacks, and margarine. This process turns liquid vegetable oils into solids, making them cheaper, longer lasting, and spreadable, but it comes at a steep cost to brain health. Trans fats raise bad cholesterol's LDL while lowering good cholesterol's HDL, creating an imbalance that promotes atherosclerosis, a condition where plaque builds up in arteries, causing them to narrow and harden. This restricts blood flow, depriving the brain of essential oxygen and nutrients, which can lead to cognitive decline and memory loss. All right. According to a study in the Journal of Neurology, high trans fat consumption increases the risk of Alzheimer's disease or dementia by 50% to 75%. Atherosclerosis also triggers chronic inflammation, further damaging arteries and brain tissue, which heightens the risk of vascular dementia. The plaque buildup can lead to blood clots, potentially causing strokes that result in irreversible brain damage due to oxygen deprivation and inflammation. Okay? These strokes impair cognitive functions, paving the way for dementia. Trans fats were once widely used in fast foods, frozen meals, and non-dairy creamers for their cost effectiveness and extended shelf life, but their harmful effects have led to bans in many places. By avoiding trans fats, you can reduce the risk of atherosclerosis, protect your brain's delicate vascular network, and lower the chances of cognitive impairment and dementia over time. Regular consumption of soda, packed with excessive sugar, often around 9 teaspoons per can, poses a significant threat to brain health by contributing to metabolic syndrome, a cluster of conditions that elevate the risk of type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease. This overload of sugar overwhelms the body's metabolism, leading to insulin resistance and systemic inflammation, both of which harm brain tissue. According to a study from the American Heart Association, drinking one or more artificially sweetened sodas daily can increase the risk of stroke and dementia. All right, the high sugar content in sodas damages blood vessels in the brain, reducing blood flow and oxygenation, which are critical for maintaining cognitive function. Insulin resistance disrupts vital signaling pathways, causing neurons to lose survival signals, leading to cellular stress and death, a process known as apoptosis. Additionally, the inflammatory response triggered by excess sugar activates immune cells in the brain, releasing pro-inflammatory cytokines that impair neuronal function and contribute to neuroinflammation. Okay, over time, this damage can accelerate cognitive decline and increase the risk of dementia. Even diet or artificially sweetened sodas pose risks, as their artificial sweeteners may disrupt metabolic processes similarly. By fostering conditions like type 2 diabetes, which is closely linked to vascular damage and brain cell deterioration, regular soda consumption sets the stage for serious cognitive impairments. Cutting back on sugary drinks is crucial for protecting brain health and reducing the long-term risk of dementia. Processed foods, such as those packaged in boxes, cans, or bags, are a staple in many diets due to their convenience, but they pose a significant risk to brain health. These foods, far removed from their natural state, are often laden with artificial preservatives, colors, flavors, and sweeteners that lack essential nutrients and promote inflammation. According to research published in the New York Times Magazine, regular consumption of processed foods significantly increases the risk of dementia later in life. The pro-inflammatory properties of these foods damage brain cells, impairing cognitive function and setting the stage for neurodegenerative disorders. A particularly alarming concern is the presence of microplastics, tiny plastic particles less than 5 milliliters in size, found in processed foods like bottled water, salt, and table sugar. These particles introduced through packaging, factory equipment, or environmental contamination can accumulate in the body, including the bloodstream and brain. Research from Italy revealed microplastics in arterial plaque, correlating with a 4-fold increased risk of fatal heart attack or stroke, which directly impacts brain health by reducing blood flow. This contributes to atherosclerosis, where plaque narrows arteries, depriving the brain of oxygen and nutrients, a key factor in vascular dementia. Microplastics also trigger chronic inflammation and oxidative stress, further damaging brain tissue and increasing dementia risk. Reducing processed food intake is essential to minimize exposure to microplastics and protect cognitive health. Certain types of seafood, particularly large predatory fish like swordfish, bluefin tuna, sharks, and tilefish, can contain high levels of mercury, a potent neurotoxin that poses a significant risk to brain health. high-mercury, naturally present in the environment and increased by industrial pollution, such as tanker spills, accumulates in the ocean. Small fish absorb mercury, which concentrates as larger fish consume them, a process known as biomagnification. All right. As a result, top-tier predators harbor substantial mercury levels. According to research from Science Direct, mercury is linked to Alzheimer's disease, a common form of dementia. In its organic form, mercury binds to proteins, allowing it to cross into the brain, where it disrupts critical neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin, which regulate mood and cognitive function. This interference triggers oxidative stress, a destructive process where harmful particles damage brain cell membranes, proteins, and DNA, leading to memory problems and cognitive decline. All right. Additionally, mercury activates immune cells in the brain, releasing pro-inflammatory cytokines and chemokines that exacerbate neuroinflammation and tissue damage, further increasing dementia risk. Regular consumption of high-mercury fish, such as daily sushi with tuna, can elevate exposure, compounding these effects over time. Okay? To protect brain health, it's crucial to limit intake of these fish and opt for low-mercury alternatives like salmon or sardines, which offer brain-supportive nutrients without the toxic burden, reducing the risk of cognitive impairment. Alcohol, often perceived as harmless in moderation, is a potent neurotoxin that can severely impact brain health, increasing the risk of cognitive decline and dementia. Contrary to the myth that a glass of red wine benefits health due to its polyphenols, the alcohol itself is toxic to brain cells. According to the National Library of Medicine, high alcohol consumption is linked to an elevated risk of dementia. Alcohol seeps into the brain, targeting neurons, cells critical for processing thoughts, memories, and emotions. These neurons are highly sensitive, and alcohol can directly stun or kill them, disrupting the brain's intricate communication network. Symptoms like hangovers, marked by headaches, fogginess, and disorientation, illustrate alcohol's immediate harmful effects. Over time, chronic alcohol exposure impairs cognitive function, compromises memory storage, and weakens emotional regulation, setting the stage for neurodegenerative conditions. Alcohol's neurotoxic effects also induce inflammation and oxidative stress, further damaging brain tissue. This cumulative harm reduces the brain's ability to function effectively, accelerating cognitive decline. For instance, regular heavy drinking can lead to neuronal death, which directly contributes to dementia by diminishing the brain's capacity to process information. Unlike the beneficial polyphenols found in red wine, which can be obtained from non-alcoholic sources like grapes, alcohol offers no protective benefits. Reducing or eliminating alcohol consumption is essential to safeguard brain health, preserve cognitive abilities, and lower the risk of dementia over time. The foods we eat play a pivotal role in maintaining brain health and reducing the risk of cognitive decline and dementia. 3 standout categories: omega-3 fatty acids, berries rich in ellagic acid, and cruciferous vegetables offer powerful neuroprotective benefits, supporting cognitive function, memory, and emotional well-being. Okay? Incorporating these foods into your diet can help shield your brain from inflammation, oxidative stress, and vascular damage, all of which are linked to neurodegenerative disorders like Alzheimer's and vascular dementia. All right? Omega-3 fatty acids are essential fats renowned for their profound impact on brain health, found in foods like flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts, canola oil, and hemp seeds. Omega-3s are critical for maintaining optimal brain function and protecting against cognitive decline. Actually, these fatty acids, particularly DHA and EPA, are integral components of brain cell membranes, supporting their structure and facilitating communication between neurons. Their anti-inflammatory properties help reduce neuroinflammation, a key contributor to dementia, by preventing the formation of amyloid plaques, which are hallmarks of Alzheimer's disease. All right? Omega-3s also protect the delicate lining of the brain's 400 miles of blood vessels, ensuring healthy blood flow and oxygen delivery, which are vital for cognitive health. By preventing microvascular damage, omega-3s lower the risk of vascular dementia, a condition caused by reduced blood flow to the brain. Research highlights that regular consumption of omega-3 rich foods can enhance memory, all right? Improve focus and support emotional regulation, making them a cornerstone of a brain-healthy diet. For those avoiding fish, plant-based sources like flax seeds and walnuts provide ample omega-3s, offering a sustainable way to bolster brain resilience and reduce dementia risk over time. Berries, particularly those rich in ellagic acid such as strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, cranberries, blackberries, and elderberries, are another powerful ally for brain health. Okay? Ellagic acid, a natural compound, is especially abundant in organic berries, where it's produced as a defense mechanism against environmental stressors like insects. This compound has potent neuroprotective properties, inhibiting the production of pro-inflammatory cytokines that contribute to neuroinflammation and oxidative stress, both of which are linked to dementia. Okay. A study from the University of Cincinnati found that consuming just 1 cup of ripe strawberries daily for 6 weeks improved memory. These benefits stem from ellagic acid and anthocyanins, which enhance cognitive executive function and promote the growth of new neurons, potentially compensating for damaged or lost brain cells. By reducing inflammation and supporting neuronal health, berries help maintain cognitive clarity and emotional well-being. Organic berries are particularly effective as they contain higher levels of ellagic acid, maximizing their brain protective effects. Incorporating a variety of these berries into your diet, whether fresh, frozen, or blended into smoothies, can significantly lower dementia risk and enhance mental agility. All right? Cruciferous vegetables, including broccoli, cauliflower, kale, bok choy, and Tuscan kale are packed with unique compounds that make them exceptional for brain health. All right? Sulfur, containing compounds that break down into isothiocyanates like sulforaphane. Sulforaphane activates the Nrf2 pathway, a critical regulator of the body's antioxidant and detoxification response, which helps reduce oxidative stress and inflammation in the brain. These processes are key drivers of cognitive decline and neurodegenerative disorders. Okay. By combating inflammation and oxidative damage, cruciferous vegetables protect brain cells and enhance cognitive function, making them potent candidates for dementia prevention. Their bioactive compounds also support vascular health, ensuring robust blood flow to the brain, which is essential for delivering oxygen and nutrients. All right. In Mediterranean and Asian diets, cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and bok choy are dietary staples, contributing to lower rates of cognitive decline in these regions. Regular consumption of these greens can improve memory, sharpen focus, and bolster the brain's resilience against age-related decline. Adding a variety of cruciferous vegetables to meals, whether steamed, roasted, or stir-fried, provides a delicious and effective way to support long-term brain health and reduce the risk of dementia.